fourth
Sounds
segment
good.
time, because we'll just tack this in with the YouTube stuff.
Yeah, we can talk about this Muon thing another time.
Right. Okay. So actually, I was just talking to big. I was making big plays this week in the job thing. So like Tuesday, I finished this really big assignment.
Found a job in Hawaii.
Huh?
Hawaii?
Oh yes. Anyways, I'll have a story about that, but we'll have to tell it after the podcast.
Oh.
Anyways,
Yes, so what?
After the podcast. Anyways, so okay,
Oh.
so Tuesday I finished the assignment, so I'm like, great, I have all this time now. So first thing first was like, okay, let's pick back up on my resume, because I had finished. I was working with our cousin on it, and then I stopped. I picked back up where we left off, did some work, went and saw the career counselor, as she was just like, yeah, delete all this, add this, change that. I'm like,
What cousin did you work with?
uh,
Oh, I'd text it to me.
yeah, but anyways, this person was just like, move all of this because it's not significant, because I was all in high school.
Actually, here, my class I took last semester. I learned a lot about resumes, and
Well,
I
anyway,
can all either confirm or deny or just have no input.
okay.
I imagine if it came from the career coach, I'll agree with pretty much all of it because I learned how to write a perfect resume according to the career coaches. So I literally have a resume that's like perfect
So anyways,
according to them.
so she had me
We wrote
like
it
cut
together.
all of the high school stuff except for the fact that I was in 4-H and FFA, because she's like, obviously these ag lenders are gonna be looking for that kind of stuff. So like include
Yes.
that.
You do not include anything from high school unless it is specifically relevant for your job.
Yep. So she's like, get rid of everything, keep that. Just make them
Everything
lines of
high
how
school
long you were in them.
goes. High. The only time you include high school stuff is if you are a sophomore or earlier
Yeah.
looking for a job in college. As soon
then
as you're junior level, it's all high school stuff. It's time to go. It's time to find more relevant experience to add to your resume. That way, when you go find a job, everything is up to date within the last 5 years.
Okay, so then she was just like, okay, now go to. So that I had the Angler program in there, and she's like, you're pretty good here. Change it up, change the wording up to
Oh,
what, how, and why. What it is, how you did it, why you did it.
yes.
She
Yes.
basically
Yes.
changed it up to that. Most of them were okay. I'm not gonna bother with them. They were alright. I changed one up a little bit. Otherwise, they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
So those
Yeah.
were
And you
good.
don't use personal pronouns.
Right. Yep. I had to go and get rid of those. That was difficult.
And you write out, and you don't write out numbers either. You type. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Include numbers if you can.
I don't have any numbers. Anyways, so we then got to. Then she was like, add this thing called projects. And so she's like, include any projects you've done that will be relevant in your classes to these professors. Well, I haven't done a lot of
Yeah,
projects.
yeah,
So the two I include on there
yeah.
was one of them I'm currently working on. Well, I guess technically I have 3 projects, because my YouTube channel is technically a project that I did for a class, and that class is a very important class to put on there. So I did. YouTube is on my resume. I
Yeah.
right
And
hand.
you should include statistics too.
Well,
Include like how when you started and how you made like 300 subscribers practically within a year.
I didn't.
So.
Because that
That's
wasn't.
including numbers is
I didn't want to
good.
get into that, because
I mean,
I don't
granted,
want
your
them to
numbers
be
are-
like, "Can we see a video?" Well, the videos have nothing to do with what I'm doing. The only video that'd be worth it would probably be the econ video, or I want to make a video in the future on how banks work, and then also the one we're gonna do on game theory. So there's there's literally nothing. They're not gonna listen to this, and if they do, I can bleep it. Whatever. They're not. They're gonna be like, "What's?" They're not gonna. They're not even gonna know. The point is, so I was just like, okay, those are literally 3 videos. Only one of those is real so far, that are actually going to be significant in what they're looking for. So I'm like, there's no point in including any of that stuff. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. But the point is, they're like include these projects. So then the other two projects were one was me and a guy proposed a community college. Oh, also you do this in present to past. So the present one was I'm working in this group to make a new product, make a company about said product, and then how to market it. So it's all about marketing this new food product, which
Hmm.
is pretty significant. Um, because I'm writing business plans and stuff.
Yep.
So I'm like, that's pretty important. And then this other one that it is was I proposed building a community college in David City,
Mm.
which is like she's like, yeah, they're gonna want to see that. Put that on there. They're gonna want to see something you did a project like that. Put
Yeah,
that
yeah,
on there. That's very important because you're working these rural spaces. They want to see that. So I had to put
yeah,
that
yeah.
on there. I only had two projects. I don't have any other projects really that I've done that'd be significant.
Hmm. Yep.
She's like, but tailor it. So like if I ever go to
Yeah,
apply,
yeah.
so then she's like, so tailor it. So if I ever go and apply to for say I can't get a job, right, working for a bank, or like this first month I start applying, I don't get any jobs, and so I'm like, okay, let's broaden the search horizon a little bit. I know you're supposed to widen first and then shut down. I don't want to work for a congressman or woman. I really don't. Anyways, but if it comes down to that, it's a job, a job's a job. Anyways, so I would change that to something that would be policy. And I've done lots of policy projects. I have done, and I'm currently working on one about space debris. I've done one on space debris. So, I, I mean, they're not. Every policy project I've done has been on space debris, so it's not
Mhm.
super useful, but it's relevant. And so yeah, and then I went and changed my work stuff to I don't remember what I changed it to, but I changed some stuff that was more relevant to what they needed. So like building personal relationships, building teams. You know, I built these relationships with these contractors, so I talked about that. So like it's great that you were team member of the month, but that doesn't mean anything to them. They need to know that you have skills that are applicable to what they're looking for. And so I changed it to
Mm.
that. And that was about it. Oh, they're also saying if your GPA is not 3.0 or higher, don't include it.
Yes.
Also, she got rid of all my high school information about that. So
What is it? What is your GPA on your resume?
2.9.
What?
2.9.
Oh. Well, hopefully after the semester.
Technically, we'll see. My GPA is technically a 2.899.
Ooh.
So it's a 2.9 rounding up, and
Yeah.
it's a 3.0 rounding up. So
I don't even know what my GPA is.
anyways, so yeah, that's it. That's. And she also made like my name bigger on there because it was the same size as everything else. But she was like,
Ah,
oh,
yeah.
this
Yeah, I did a lot of formatting with mine. So I have technically two versions of my resume. I'll let you finish talking now.
So yeah, I finished this Thursday night. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start applying for jobs Friday. But our cousin, did you see the text? She was like, you need to change your profile picture on my email because it was the 13 planets.
Ah, yeah, yeah. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter. Oh,
No,
wait.
you
Mercury,
skipped
Venus, Earth,
Ceres.
Mars, Ceres, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Haumea, Maki, Aries.
Aries, yeah.
Aries.
So yeah, she was like, yeah, you need to get a headshot taken. And I was like, how the hell am I gonna get a headshot taken? Well, so Saturday while I was out and about, I had Outback with me, and I'm like, hey, let's go manufacture a headshot. So I went downstairs, threw on a button-up shirt, threw on my tie, threw on my
Yeah, that's what I did.
threw on
Because
my
I need to.
threw on my jacket, put
Uh-huh.
my tie clip in, and then took a picture outside with my cell phone, and that was good enough. The picture's
That's
this
literally
big.
what I did. Because I needed a picture for my, we had to make it for this class. We had to make a LinkedIn and a handshake, and I had to have a picture of myself. I was like, I don't have like a recent professional picture of myself of me looking like professional with a shirt and tie.
Yep.
So I literally just stood in front of my room next to this door or whatever, because I was like, I'll just have a white background, and I made sure I didn't have a white shirt on, and I just threw on a shirt and tie. I was like, all right, here we go, we're good to go.
Yep. Mine was just some trees. Pretty manufactured close up. Yeah, Outback was just like, you have 64 megapixels on your camera. I'm like, I kind of forgot about that. I ended up using the telephoto one, so it's only like 12 megapixels, but still. 64 megapixels on the main shooter. And I'm
Oh,
like,
we're doing good.
huh? It wasn't close enough, though.
My GPA is 3.2.
Oh, so put that on the resume. Not great, but it's above.
It's not great. Yeah, I know. It's something.
3.2. Wow, I can't believe you have a 3.2 and I have a 2 point freaking 9.
Well, see, here's the deal.
And I have like
3.2.
D's and C's. Well, of course you failed classes, didn't you?
Oh, wait, now that I think about this. Wait, no, I'll be good. I'll be good. Because I'm just trying to think about this. Okay, I get a 3.2. My 3 classes, I'm taking one of them pass fail. And the other one, if I get a C, that's a 2. I'll get an A in the other one, which means my GPA will be a 3, which means it should go down. However, the class I'm taking
I'm in the podcast. I'm listening.
won't affect it that much.
What are you saying? Sorry.
However, it won't go down much because it's so little credits. Because I think one of the classes. Yeah. Never mind. It'll be good.
I love how you're taking 2 classes.
Because this affects.
And the one that's you just took to take it is the more difficult one.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. I was looking at my. Wait, say this again?
I love that you're taking 2 classes this semester. And the second one you take.
3 classes.
Oh. Sorry. But
3 classes.
sorry, you only need one of those, right?
Yeah, I only need one of them.
Well, one of the other 2 is more difficult than the other ones. Hello, Rondo. Hello, everybody. Say hello to Rondo.
Hello.
Anyways, he's going to his
Yeah,
cave.
that's usually how classes go. One class is more difficult, right?
Yeah, but that class doesn't matter.
Oh yeah. So in order, so the most difficult class I'm taking pass fail, which I don't technically need. The second most difficult class is the class that I actually need, and the easiest class is the class that I have like a 98% in.
No, who cares? That
class is basically just a buffer, so my GPA will still be good from the second class.
Yep. Are you even caring about the pass fail one? Do you? Why would you even? Don't even do it. Don't even worry about it. Don't even.
Because it's
pass
still
fail.
interesting.
What's the matter?
Well, it's pass fail, but like I mean, the information I'm learning is still relevant for a job if I decide to go into this specific area.
I suppose. So
if I decide to do anything with data analytics, I will need this class.
So speaking of,
this class is relevant for that.
So I was actually at your parents picking up the lab coat because I needed to get a picture taken for Angler, and it's Dr. Sheep, so I need my lab coat. Yeah. Anyways, so I was there, and your dad had 2 questions for me. First one was, are you applying for jobs, and can you convince Phil to start applying for jobs? And second, can you help me with your doorknob? I couldn't help him with his doorknob, and I'm like, I don't know. I haven't talked to Phil.
The doorknob?
The doorknob broke, and so I'm the resident doorknob expert, so I told him, I was like, well, I don't know how. See, the thing is, I told him, like, well, see,
it's the back door,
the doorknob after they get it out of the door. Not, it's still stuck in the door. How do I get it out? How do I? So he's like, how do I remove the plunger? And I'm like, I don't know. Your door is stuck like that. I would personally just go grab the Sawzall and just and take 3 hours cutting through it. That might burn your door down, but hey, you'll cut through it. So, or I guess start taking like a chisel or something, just beating the crap out of it.
Was it the back door? Which door was it?
The one in the garage that leads to the kitchen.
Yeah. Oh, wait. What was wrong with that door?
The doorknob just died.
Really?
Yeah. You can't get the key in it anymore, and the plunger got stuck. in the closed position, so you can't open the door.
So you got to go in through the living room then?
Well, that's how he took me inside, and then he was just like,
Oh.
"Well, while we're here,
Look at my doorknob.
while you're here, look at my doorknob." Like, oh, great.
Sweet.
So before that, he was like, "So you start applying for jobs?" I'm like, "Actually, I'm gonna start applying Monday." After I was like, "I'm doing headshots today, and then Monday I'm gonna start applying for jobs." He's like, "Well, can you start convincing Phil to start applying for jobs? Because I don't know what's going on with him." I'm like, "Well, I think he was gonna wait till June because his lease runs up in July to start applying." And he's like, "Well, doesn't he know this is a month long? This is months of process?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I was just talking to somebody. The job market is 6 to 9 months." So,
Bro.
I'm going to sound like your dad here. You should start applying for
Yeah,
jobs.
I know. I just want to wait till I'm done Can we get all the graduation stuff out of the window?
I don't blame you, but I'm at this
But
point
continue your story though.
What? That was the story.
That was the end. You got the lab coat and then you left.
Yeah, I was just like, I can't help you with that. I see it after it gets to me. I'm like, hey, shoot me a text or something when you want it rekeyed. I'm going to be in Lincoln, so maybe I'll rekey it for you, your new one. But he never did, so.
I see.
I think most people just kick the door in.
Wait, so after graduation, is that when you're taking home the rest of the stuff?
Yeah. That's going to be a process, because I walked down there, and I was like, shoot. There's a lot of stuff down here. There's also a rocket down there.
Oh yeah, the rocket too. We need to launch that.
Paint and launch it. So we'll have to do that so that I can take the rocket home.
I'm gonna add that to the list. We have to do that this summer.
Well, you mean like this first week of May?
Why?
Like that first week, we're gonna have to go paint it and launch it.
Well, no, I only want to launch it on a clear blue sky.
Right.
Not launch it on a. I don't care when. I don't care when it gets done, but we're waiting like a day like today. Like today is a pretty nice day. There's not a cloud in the sky. Because the thing that sucked about the last time is that when it went up into the clouds. I want it to go up so that way there's no clouds for it to disappear into. Yeah. And we also need to paint it bright red so we can see it.
I thought we're painting it green. I already have green paint.
But they don't get lost in the grass.
Well, it's lime green. Not dark green, it's lime green.
I still feel like it's green, though. I feel like we need to make it red so it just stands out like a sore
thumb. I already
thumb.
bought the paint like 2 years ago.
Why'd you buy green? I said red.
We agreed on it.
Green? No, I thought we agreed on red.
It was like, no, we agreed on this vibrant yellow-green paint.
Did we?
Yeah. All those years ago. That was 2 years ago we agreed on this.
I feel like it was red.
That rocket's been sitting there for 2 years.
If I'm wrong, I still feel like red is still better than green because green is it's still gonna get lost in the grass.
No, not a lime green rocket.
But you're still like a long ways away. I mean, okay, I get it's not the same color of grass. I get that, but the fact that it's a similar shade, but the fact that it's still a shade of green is what throws me off. Because if it is red, it'd stand out like a sore thumb.
Well,
if it's green, it's gonna be harder to spot, even if it is a different shade.
I want to use that paint, so we're gonna use that paint. I bought that paint, and I want to use it.
Oh my! We're not even gonna use all of it.
Huh?
We're gonna need all of it.
I can't return it, so.
Oh.
I want to use it. I know we're gonna use only a fraction of it, but I still want to use it. Anyways, there's a lot of stuff down there that I'm like, oh crap, I don't know. Like the entire man cave. What? I don't even know what to do with that.
Oh yeah, all the lava lamp and all that stuff.
Like obviously the lava lamp and the TV. The lava lamp will stay with me. The TV will stay there. The stand will stay there. The couch will stay there. All that'll stay there. But like the planets and stuff.
I mean, we can leave that there. That'll probably come down when Dad does the basement. We can take it down if we want.
Isn't he doing that this summer,
if you don't want them, then I say if you don't want the planets, then I say we stay there until Dad does remodel.
Here's what I'm thinking. Okay. We keep it. We keep the man cave basically as it is, other than like a few items. Pull those out of there, and then hopefully I have a new job, and depending on where the job is, maybe have someplace new. I take it all set up in this new place. That's what I'm kind of banking on. So tell your dad, like, once I get a
What
job,
about
I can
what about the
finish.
whiteboard?
I'm taking it.
Because Dad, I think Dad's been using that for Zoom stuff.
Well, I mean, there's not going to be Zoom next semester, so.
Really, for LPS?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, what's going to be after? He's going to have 1 week left. So, I mean, if he wants the whiteboard still up, I'll leave it up. But then
Yeah,
he
I
owes
say
me
leave the whiteboard up
compensation.
until he's done with school, and then when next semester, I guess he's on his own.
Well, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, he can, or he can buy the whiteboard from me.
He can buy the whiteboard from you.
He'd be like,
And
wait a minute
that's
here. This seems like an unfair trade.
What about all the light bulbs? Are you gonna replace all the light bulbs?
I'm going to take all the light bulbs out that I put in there and put all the old ones back because I still have the old ones.
And so, are you taking all the new ones, or can you? I don't. You can't return them, can you?
No.
Return used light bulbs.
No. This was like 3 years ago I put these light bulbs in. So, nope. I'm taking all the light bulbs.
Yeah.
Taking them all with me.
That's gonna be a project.
This will be a project. This will take like a week, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll probably take a week.
Yeah.
I was thinking like a couple weekends or something. Yeah, that'll take a while.
Like I forgot we have a map down there. I gotta pull. There's
Oh,
a
yeah,
map.
the map.
The funniest thing is, like, I was hoping that'd be a permanent place for that map, but apparently it's not. So.
Yep.
I mean, it's more of like some of that stuff is like more of like I pull it out of there, like a lot of the man cave stuff is like pulling it out and then putting it back in after he's finishing remodeling.
Yeah, I say we
Although
almost.
I don't know, I don't think your dad's gonna remodel this summer
No, I don't know.
because
I
the
don't know what
price
his
of
plans
the
are.
price
I don't
of
think he knows what his plans are.
because the price of construction materials is outrageous. Okay. So I bought a piece of plywood because I've solved our problem for putting our luggage in the back of my truck. I'm building this cover
Luggage?
for the back of my truck. So when we go to the
Oh,
like, where are we gonna put our bags? There's 4 of us in this truck. Where are we gonna put all of our stuff?
yeah.
So
The back.
we're gonna put in the back, and I'm building this plywood cover. Plywood
Ah.
is usually $11. This kind of plywood is usually about $11. Guess how much I paid for it?
20.
Huh?
20.
$50
50?
for 1 sheet of plywood.
Why?
Corona.
What has happened to the Corona ruined the lumber business?
Corona. We trade with Canada to get all of our lumber.
Oh.
And
All the
also,
lumber comes
there's
from
a
Canada?
huge demand, like a massive demand to build houses. Because the interest rates have
because
plummeted.
housing is super good right now. Everyone's like, I'm gonna build a house. Excuse me.
I don't think your dad's gonna. Your dad had a budget for building stuff like 2x4s. They're usually like $3. They're $7.
Yeah. Now that you mention that, maybe he won't.
I don't know what
Or-
drywall it is. All the drywall got moved outside, so I don't know what drywall usually is. But I can't imagine it's any better.
Yeah, maybe he won't do remodeling this summer. I don't know.
Purely that
Well,
gives.
see, but I don't know what his other project is. I mean, I don't know what he's working on in the barn right now because he's only going with the truck.
He'll be able to do electrical because
Oh, maybe that's what he'll do. Because I mean, he can't put up drywall. He can't put up drywall until he does plumbing and electrical.
Yeah. Copper prices and PVC. I mean, those aren't that much higher than.
Yeah, that's what he'll be doing. Because I mean, I think he's almost once he's done with the truck and the shed. I mean, I don't know what else he has going on out there. I think he wants to start on remodeling. And so, but yeah, plumbing and electrical is definitely a must before drywall and all that. So I guess maybe he'll wait for drywall to go down and he'll start plumbing and electrical now while he can.
He's gonna have to wait till next year
To completely finish, yes.
to even start.
What do you mean? You said you can do electrical now.
Oh yeah, I mean to do drywall though. He's gonna have to wait a whole year to start on that.
Yeah, but he can start
Prices
putting
are
up
too high.
electrical and stuff.
Cause like I bet you his budget is what prices were, before the pandemic.
Yeah,
Well, they're now 3, 4, 5 times the amount they were before.
Yeah.
Your dad could sell the house. He should just sell the damn house and go buy a better house.
Yeah, but I mean, he can keep waiting longer.
Yeah.
and finish it up so it's worth even more.
Fucking. Yeah, the housing market is outrageous. But yeah, so okay, so what is your so now let's so your dad knows what's going on. What's your job? So you're just gonna wait till after graduation? You better tell your dad that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So
Because now
first,
I look like the responsible one.
first I need to figure out what's going on with Hy-Vee, so I know like whether or not I'm getting paid more or less. I mean, I kind of do need to stay because I mean he's literally losing like 3 upper managers. I mean, I like you said. I mean, that if the job market's 6 to 9 months, I guess it really doesn't mean it. It really doesn't matter
But
if
I
I start
mean,
looking now,
theoretically, I could
because
apply
I
for
mean
a
it'll be
job.
6 to 9 months before I even get hired. I'm just kind of in this like mindset that like once I apply, I'm gonna like start up within a month because that's how Hy-Vee was. You know, I
See,
sent in
that's
the
how
application,
Bernard's
and
was.
within a month I had the
But
job.
see,
That's
that's
basically what I'm thinking is how a real job is. But I guess I'm totally wrong.
apparently real jobs.
Apparently,
Don't work
real
like that.
jobs, it's 9 months between sending in the application and getting hired.
Apparently. Well, no, it's
Because to
like
me,
it's because like apparently these companies they just
well, I guess now that I think about it, Dad was telling me a story about like how he had a job that he applied for. He applied to OPS too, Omaha Public Schools.
yeah.
He said it was 2 years after he sent in that application that they reached out to him. 2 years.
Oh.
They had his application on file for 2 years before they finally got
Yeah,
to his name
Walmart
and said,
doesn't do
"Hey, are
that.
you still looking for a job?" And he said, "No, I have one now."
Walmart doesn't. Yeah, Walmart keeps them on
And
file
so I
for
guess
like
I mean,
months.
when I applied to Hy-Vee, I applied, and then with like 3 weeks later, I think it was maybe two. I think 3 weeks later I started. 2 weeks later I had an interview, and literally the next week I had orientation and training, and I was starting within a month.
Menards was literally just like they wanted me to start so soon. I was just like, you got to give me another week. I got to graduate and get my teeth pulled out. So give me a minute.
Yeah.
It's like I gotta have surgery and I gotta graduate. So give me some time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
That
I guess
you know,
that's kind of the illusion I'm into.
but that's retail.
But see, the other thing though is that, like I said, I don't want to apply for a job here, and I've had a lot of people I've talked to that said, if you plan on moving, they recommend that, not applying here. If you have interest in going somewhere else, don't look for a job here if you don't want to live
Dude,
here.
the job market here is outrageous. Unemployment is down. It's not up. Unemployment is down. And there are. Have you seen all the
Basically,
freaking signs on the side of the road recently? For like, we're hiring? Like, everywhere is hiring. The job market where we are is crazy. Things are back to the way things were before Corona.
Yeah,
for
I know,
jobs.
but like that doesn't mean I want to live here, though.
Well, yeah, I'm just
I
saying,
want
like,
to
there is a
find a
strong
job in a place I want to live,
Yeah.
which is the problem. Okay, because I need to find out where I want to live first. Once I know where I want to live, then I find jobs in that area.
Yeah, that's your problem.
That's the problem. I need to find out where I want to live.
Yeah, there's a. Yeah.
But also, I guess the type of job I want kind of dictates where I live, because obviously, what if I know what kind of job I want specifically? There's certain regions that are better to live than others that still match my credentials of what I want in a place.
It's
Like,
crazy.
I could go one place that's geographically similar to another that has the opportunities I'm looking for.
What are you looking for? I think we've discussed this, but I don't think you've really
Geographically or job wise?
both. Let's go start with job first.
Both. So job wise, I'm still like hopping the fence on what it is I want to do. I know I want to do something with Spanish. I want to be able to, whether it be a translator or just like working in a force where I'm using Spanish every day. I want to include that because I don't want to lose it. I put too much time, money, and energy into this, and it's still a passion of mine. I don't want to lose that.
Remember what I said?
And so I want to find a job where I can use that.
Remember what I said about Spanish?
Yeah.
5 years ago?
What did you say?
Remember how I was just like, you're going to do this, and then you're going to use it for like a year, and that's going to be the end of it.
Exactly. But see, the thing is, I can use it depending where I go. Anyways, anywho,
Just go
the
work at
next thing
Menards.
is I want to find something where I can, what?
Go work at Menards.
What do you say? Work at Menards?
If you're a GM and you can translate Spanish, you will use it on a daily basis.
Really?
I can
On a
almost
daily
guarantee
basis?
you, because if a GM works almost every single day, and therefore there's almost every single
Huh?
day, I would almost it's that I wouldn't say because like obviously I'm not there the entire time, so I have no idea. But
Yeah.
like
Is it customers or employees?
customers
Customers, really?
that speak Spanish, and like my
I
broken
mean, the thing is,
Spanish
I
is
don't.
just enough with their broken
The thing is,
English that I can make trade deals. But like literally, I had to help a guest.
I mean,
I
the
have
thing
their,
is,
like, little, like
the
4-year-old
thing is,
daughter.
the thing is though, I need to make sure that whatever job I go into, I have the vocabulary necessary. Like I have conversational Spanish. Like, I feel like I could describe what I'm looking for, but it'd be much more efficient to have the word at hand that I'm looking for.
Yeah, it was.
I have a pretty good conversational Spanish. I could probably describe almost anything. I could describe wood if I needed to without actually knowing the term for wood. I could describe a 2x4 without actually knowing what the word for a 2x4 is, just because my conversation is that good that I can describe something in
Unfortunately,
layman's terms. And then,
something.
but,
These guys will
obviously it
suck
makes
for
things more
English was
efficient if I just have the word at hand.
Unfortunately, the daughter. So like I was translating through the daughter, and she's like only 7, so she doesn't know the term for joint compound or drywall mud. She doesn't know those words in English because she doesn't know what it is.
Yeah.
So it's just like the guy knows it in
So,
Spanish, but can't describe it to her because she doesn't know any of the words.
how did the conversation go?
They kind of like stuff for walls, like mortar. So I took them back to the mortar, which we walked past the drywall mud, and they're like, "That's what I want." I'm like,
I see what you're doing. So she was describing what she needed. So you took him to all the different areas of the store
Well,
till you finally found out what it was that he was trying
technically,
that he
the
wanted.
mud is literally like that actually what they're looking for. All the wall stuff is like that kind of stuff's all in the same spot, so we didn't have to go very far.
But it was like what, drywall putty or something?
It's just drywall mud, plaster.
Drywall mud, plaster.
Yeah, so I was just like, yeah, but like I know my numbers, and so I'd sit there and they'd ramble off some stuff, and she'd go to translate English, and I'm like, no, I get what he's asking, because like he was pointing, and I'd pick out the numbers, and I'm like, yeah, I get what he's saying, and I'm like, yeah, ochenta, and he's like, ah, okay, and I'm like, see, ochenta, and he's like, okay, I'm like, yes, 80 alto.
With your broken American accent in Spanish.
Yep. With my broken Spanish, I was able to. I could actually, except with him and his wife got in an argument. Then I was just like sitting there, like just staring, like I was like standing.
Him and his wife got in an argument.
They got in an argument about something, and then I'm just standing there with the daughter, and she's just like, "Yeah, I'm sorry." I'm like,
What are they translate? Please translate, please. You're like, what are they talking about?
she's just like, we're just standing there, and she's just like, "Yeah, I'm sorry." I'm like, what is going on?
You say that, yeah. What's going on? What's the problem?
Yeah, but it's crazy. Yeah, the kids come and translate, and
Wait, so the wife doesn't speak Spanish either.
oh, she spoke like less English than the.
Well, I'm sorry, English.
She spoke less English than the husband, but I think
Oh.
the husband probably works in the construction business, so he has to know a bit more English. But actually, anytime I talk to the receiving manager, who is actually Hispanic, about having to like work with somebody who couldn't speak English, he gets like kind of like mad because he's like, they've been in this country for how long? They're here like working on their house or whatever, but they don't know enough English to like function.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell? They need to learn English. And I'm like, Jesus.
It's a hard language.
I know it's a hard language.
Being in my linguistics class, I learned how much stuff in English we take for granted. I'm kind of glad English was my first language I learned, because there are a lot of things in English that are like, man, these concepts just make sense to me. Like, I can't explain why grammatically it makes sense. It just makes sense.
So actually, I was talking to my gay Malaysian friend from about cause like he's from Malaysia, so I'm like, what did they teach you out there? And so like obviously he knows a lot of people from like China and stuff, so he's like talks about these Mandarin tests, like so in
Oh
the
yeah.
United States, so like like a lot of people criticize the U.S. school system for being very like standardized and teach creative thinking. And he's just like,
Mm.
you haven't been to, because like, so Malaysia's test systems are based off of Great Britain's. So all their English stuff is based off of the UK. So they only learn English literature. They don't learn American literature at all.
Mhm.
They also didn't do any Greeks. Nothing. So
Mm. Homer. Odyssey.
no Odyssey. He's like, he didn't read the Odyssey. Did you read? I read the
Iliad.
Odyssey. The Iliad and the Odyssey, right? We read the Iliad.
I didn't read the Iliad. I read the Odyssey.
Oh, yeah, we read the Odyssey. So we didn't read the Iliad. We read the Odyssey. Never read it. We read the
Mm.
Odyssey, ninth grade English.
Tale of Two Cities.
Well, that's not Greek.
Oh, but it's American, though, right? Or is it French?
I thought it was British.
Was it British? Okay. Whatever it is, he may or may not have read it.
Well, like he hadn't read anything, but I guess he'd read I think he's read one Ernest Hemingway book,
Mm.
and that was The Old Man and the Sea, and I was like, the worst one.
The worst one. We read that one.
The worst one. The Old Man and the Sea. Well, actually, I should say it's the worst one. A lot of people like it, and a lot of people hate it. It's just about a guy who
Interesting.
goes out,
I've
fishes,
never read it.
loses the fish, and then comes back.
Uh,
There's also one about a guy who goes out and gets a pearl too. Same concept.
oh, I think I heard about this, about the pearl one.
I've read it too. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets a pearl and then he takes it into town and like they tell him it's worthless. But he knows that it's worth a lot because it's like the most perfect pearl ever.
And then he throws it back into the ocean.
Is that how it ends?
I
I
think
forget
so.
how it ends. Yeah, I remember reading that pearl one. Yeah.
Yeah. It literally ends with him throwing it back in the sea and like hugging his wife, and that's the end of it. And
Oh
like
yeah, because he realized he didn't need all the money and riches to make himself happy.
yeah, and then like I remember the girl who was reading it. She read the last word, slammed the book shut. That was the dumbest.
yes, that's how you read a book.
Oh my god, she was so angry. She just like that was stupid. That was so stupid.
yes, yes.
No, but anyways, but like so a lot of people criticize the American system for being too standardized. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous in China and in Malaysia and in UK. Standardization is horrendous there. He got here and he was just like, it's like a party here.
Like a party.
He's like he couldn't believe like how much like research we do. Like that
Mm.
wasn't a thing. Like they didn't tell you to just go off and do research
Oh.
and just like come up with your own thing. That's
Yeah.
they don't do that, which I thought was kind of
Mm.
crazy. I was like, I had no idea. Like everybody talks about how the U.S. is really
Our
bad.
education system is not number one though. I forget where it is. Wasn't it like Sweden or Norway?
Oh yeah,
They like
yeah, but
one of them is like number one.
but they've got the creative stuff on
The
steroids.
Scandinavian countries, one of them is like number one in
They're number one in a
everything.
lot of things. Screw
They're
them.
number one in like everything. Education, standard of living, you name it.
Screw them. But they're not number one in GDP, and they're not number one in GDP per capita.
That is
Screw
true.
them.
If the one thing the Americans are good at, it's spending money and making money.
Spending money, making money, and having big guns.
And big guns and big food.
Yeah.
We Americanize food to the
Food
point
is
beyond your wildest imagination.
I was
If
watching
it can be
this,
breaded, it's getting breaded.
I was watching this
If
chef.
it can be thrown in an air fryer, it's thrown in an air
I
fryer.
was watching this chef today.
Keep that
and
pride.
He was in France at a McDonald's, and he wanted to order two cheeseburgers, and the
Yeah.
cashier was just like, No, he refused to sell him 2 cheeseburgers. And he's like, as an American, this is a birthright. I have the right. Because he was like, there's one person. This is a 2-person meal. I'm not doing this. And he's like, as an American, I have a birthright to 2 cheeseburgers.
Yeah. You are buying a 2-person meal, sir?
That 2-person
Oh,
meal
my
is
host
more like a
mom told me that.
4-person meal in other countries.
My host
so.
mom told me. When I moved in with my host mom, she said, you eat about as much food as 2 people here. Because literally, she would
You
just
do
have like
eat
a
a lot.
salad.
I'm not going
She
to
would
lie,
just have
though,
like a-
Phil. You eat a
She
lot
would-
of food.
She would just have like a salad or something, and then I would have a salad plus like a main course of like chicken, rice, or whatever, whatever she was serving. She was like, my God, you eat so much food.
But, like,
You
to be
eat the
fair,
food of, like, 2 to
you
3
do eat.
Spaniards
I
here.
think you eat more food than I do.
Do I? Maybe.
Every time we're at your parents' house, I'm like, Phil, you just had like 2 full plates. I don't think I could do that.
Maybe, but I would like to still know why I'm bone thin though, and not
Your
bone fat.
metabolism must be stupidly high.
Yeah. Maybe that's why it takes me so long to get drunk compared to my
It's
peers.
like the Flash.
It just goes in and it's just like, okay, that was like water, but whatever.
Are you saying you have a high tolerance to alcohol? So like,
saying I have a high metabolism.
so like, there are some people I know that can get drunk in 2 beers.
Oh, I'm not one of them.
That's interesting. And a lot of people would take you for a softie, apparently. I mean, after throwing up on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
They all think you can't
Well,
handle your
no,
whiskey.
gin is just awful.
But that gin is straight.
Gin is just awful, okay? Gin, it does not deserve the right to be
They just
drunken
remember
like
the
that.
vomit.
Drinking like that, okay?
They don't remember the gin.
Getting drunk off of gin is a bad idea.
I don't know. We'll have to retry this summer. Now that I can buy you like proper alcohol.
Liquor.
Although we have to ease you into this drinking.
What do you mean?
Well,
Oh yeah, I haven't drinking forever.
yeah.
I don't even know the last time the last time I know I was drunk was when I was in Spain.
If you were working,
I don't have a.
If you were working the weekend of my birthday, I would give you 2 beers from the 6-pack I'm buying my roommates because one of my Rondo isn't gonna drink, but the other 2 will. I was gonna give you 2 more, but you have work, so I would maybe Sunday.
Oh yeah.
After the
Sunday,
museum,
maybe
I'll give you
Sunday.
the beers, but no,
Oh yeah.
you're going to work, so that'd be a bad idea. Maybe Sunday we can do something.
Yeah, I work at 4.
Actually, I'm mowing.
Oh, we still need to go to the Dingaling. Wasn't that the plan to go to the Dingaling?
At some point, it will be. At some point.
For everyone who doesn't know out there, it's the name of a bar. Okay.
Oh my God.
Despite what the name may sound, it's the name of a bar. It's called the Dingaling.
All right, we are off topic here from the job thing. But
Hey,
geographically,
we're talking about jobs, right? I'll go.
we never finished.
Yeah. We're talking
Okay.
about jobs. We're just talking about jobs. We're talking about when we're gonna get drunk.
I mean, that is how life works. You get your job, go home,
Yep.
get drunk. Has anybody
Get
not?
drunk.
Have
Yep,
you?
that's life.
See,
That's it.
See, for everybody here, Phil hasn't realized how life works, right? He still thinks he's gonna get a job in a month after applying. No.
No.
It's months after
Oh,
applying, and
yeah.
also once you get your job, you go home and get drunk every night.
Oh, maybe not drunk, but you go home and have a sip or 2.
Yes, maybe not.
If you get drunk every night, that's how you know that you're going down a rabbit hole. And you're
I
just
mean,
gonna be an
some people
alcoholic.
do. Some people get drunk every night for like 3 years straight, and then they finally meet.
And my wife says I've had it, and they kick him out.
No, they finally meet a girl, and then they finally straighten.
That's why divorce rate is so high.
Or they
Actually, I
wake
don't-
up
no,
one
divorce rate's
Sunday
not-
morning with such a bad hangover, they're like, "Yep, I'm old now."
I'm getting old.
Anyway, so what were your
It's
geographical?
hell getting old.
So obviously you don't know what you're looking for job wise, but
Oh, yeah.
geographically.
So job-wise, I want something that I can still use physics and science. I was thinking about being a data analyst, analyzing data.
Hey,
See,
I tell you
it kind of depends what I'd be analyzing. and how I'd be doing so. Because after
You
taking this
should
coding class, I'm not a
studied
big fan of coding.
economics. You should
Yeah,
have
yeah. I mean, what?
you should have
I
studied
should have studied
economics.
economics.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I know enough to get by.
No, you
But I'm
don't.
not studying econ. I'm
I
not studying.
just
I'm not studying. I'm not studying economics data. I'm studying like physics data,
yeah, but I mean, there's a
like
lot
data
of
that they
money in
get from like a
economics
research
data.
or something.
But
It's
economics
completely
data is a lot of
different.
money.
I'm not analyzing economics data. I'm analyzing physics data. Is what I'd be doing. I was one possibility as being a data analyst. Because I mean, there are job opportunities here and there are job opportunities elsewhere.
I was
And
gonna.
so that was one opportunity. But the thing is, I'm not a really big fan of coding now. And so I want to find something a way around that. So I could still be using physics. Because I still like learning physics.
Maybe go get associate's
I
degree
still like.
in computer
I
science.
don't want to teach physics. I know that. I don't want to teach it, but I don't know.
Maybe go get an
I
associate's
have
degree
thought about.
in computers.
I've thought about trades. Sort of trade I could go into. Because I mean, I do have doors open or whatever for trades. I mean, I'm just not sure right now on what it
I
is
don't think I'm
specifically
gonna.
I want to do. That could involve both.
Maybe in
But
like
anyway,
3 years I'm gonna trade, but
geographically though, uh, beach would be nice or mountains, one of the two. Not flat plain Nebraska with just corn.
where were you? What was the? So what are your other places besides here?
Oh, anywhere with mountains or a beach.
Oh, so anywhere but the Midwest.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, you're gonna go Colorado and west, and then anything on the East Coast.
Anything on the East Coast or West Coast,
Will you go to
or a
Texas?
completely new country altogether, or Hawaii. Hawaii's an option,
Oh,
or just a completely new country altogether. I have been looking into like places like Colombia or Argentina too.
you're gonna get shot.
Oh, I get shot.
I want to go to Colombia. Oh, what do they do in Colombia? I wonder what they do in Colombia. I would not go.
Hey, cocaine is not the leading source of income in Colombia. Okay,
Colombia
Pablo
and
Escobar
Argentina.
is long
I'm
gone.
telling you, some of those. I don't know about Argentina. Argentina's doing Argentina. Trust me. After examining Argentina's economic history, I would not move there.
They are actually doing really good though.
I examined their economic
They're
policy.
one of Argentina is actually one of the better places to move to.
My
Chile is the
professor.
best.
Okay,
In terms of economics, Chile is the best.
we were. My professor was talking about. We got on to the topic of the trade, and we were looking at Argentina's trade policies. Now, the U.S.'s trade policies currently are not good, but they're much better than
But here's the
Argentina's.
thing, though. Okay,
Argentina is literally doing some crazy stuff. They're
here's the thing,
taxing
though.
and they're taxing exports.
Here's the thing. I am not directly affected by what goes on in the government. Okay, are you affected by every single policy the government makes here in the U.S.? No.
I mean,
No.
there have been some stuff that I was surprised by how affected I was.
No, you carry on with your day as if they never happened. You
There-
go on and you spend money as you otherwise normally would.
Trust me.
Government, what goes on in the government, unless you work for the government, does not directly affect you.
Trust me, dude. That when Biden got rid of the pipeline, I was just like, okay, whatever, no big deal. And then oil skyrocketed, and then gas prices skyrocketed to freaking 370, and I was just 270, and I was just like, oh,
Yeah, but it's not outrageous.
that's
though.
a thing now.
I mean, to me, it's
No,
just
370.
another day. Okay, I am not directly affected by that.
I was just like, oh, I was directly affected by the stupid Keystone XL pipeline. God damn it. And that he also shut down all drilling in the United States, but whatever. No. But yeah, I see your point. Anyways, geographically, yeah, anywhere the beach or mountain. So if you need a physicist and you are a hiring employer, go talk to Phil. If you need a half competent economist, don't come to me. Anyways,
Don't come to me.
don't come to me. If you want somebody who can sell loans and can talk policies about loans, I'm your guy. But in the meantime, I would like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New podcast every other Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time. Only 2 more before we graduate. And actually, technically 1 more, but good night.